Okay guys, so today is our last day of memorial writing. Tonight we submit, so I really want you to speak, think and write in English today. I don't want to hear any Dutch. This is really important because the moot court program, as you know, is in English. It doesn't matter if you do European law moot court, if you do Jessup moot court, the John H. Jackson moot court or the tax law moot court. I only want to hear English in this room until the end of the day.
And now let's get to our memorials. We're almost there. After months of working on them, we're getting to submission time.
I don't know why moot court. I actually don't know why, because I'm so afraid of speaking before a public, of doing a presentation. I don't know why I'm doing it, but maybe it's because by pleading, I will be more confident presenting my own opinion to other people.
And hopefully this will be your ticket to Washington. Okay, let's divide you into two groups and let's get to it because we have a lot to go over and very little time. Let's start.
It feels so vulnerable to share your work with others. Maybe they will not find it good enough. They will not appreciate it.
Yes, so make sure that when you have...
It is very scary that other people rewrite your work. But in the end, that's how we will get to a really good memorial that everyone agrees with and everyone can be proud of.
How is this going?
We just found a big mistake.
Yes, that really cannot happen.
At this time, I'm usually in bed sleeping.
Yes.
Why am I feeling excited? Why is this happening?
How did they write down
The Tyrannosaurus.
this?
Maybe you can just learn something by doing it.
I've never thought that would be a bad decision. I think it's going to be a great experience, most of all.
The other cases of exit are all...
No, but it's last year in Washington, there was...
How can we achieve the same level as the team of last year while we are so different from them? Last year's team was very competitive, a team which dared to say to each other how good or bad they were doing. We will never be as good as them. Guys, I think we should go on. We still have so much to do. Like the entire claim D, I don't know if we're going to finish this tonight. It's impossible.
Well, we have to. We have no choice. So let's get to work. Sylvie, help Pierre.
We'll get there.
And did you finish with the applicant?
Of course. Yes, applicant.
Okay, so we only
Still
have
an entire
respondent.
claim
So then
for
everyone has to work on respondent now. We have 1 hour to finish this. We can do it. Let's go to work all together and let's finish this memorial.
We'll get there.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna go again. 34, permanent encampments. 35, headquarters within Rosasa. 36, attacks on police stations. 37, Pindro authorized installation of the wall. 38, I just saw it in my notes.
38 is the Adwin response.
Let me remind you that we are 10 days away from the competition. There's no more excuses. This is do or die time. You should have the statue of the court and the case on your nightstand. These are the first things you should read in the morning and the last things you should read at night. You should be reciting them in your sleep. We really expect a lot for these 10 days. This is the last effort. You need to be only focused on the moot court.
That the disappearance of the yacht from the face of this earth is prevented in order to save
Keep in mind that you are representing KU Leuven, so you have a reputation to maintain. We have a lot of pleading sessions and you receive a lot of criticism. When you are not pleading, you should be researching and improving your arguments over and over. And if you're not researching, you should be practicing your pleadings.
Madam President, Your Excellencies,
I am Hannes Verrijden and I will be pleading on behalf of the applicant.
Would the court like a brief summary of the facts?
We're not expecting you to turn into last year's team. We expect you to be yourselves, and that's really the only thing we can ask for.
Thank you, Mr. President, Your Excellencies, may it please the court.
now turning to the third ground on which we cannot accept the jurisdiction of this court.
When a wall can shoot people or monitor people within 200 meters from that border.
It was customary international law that states that, excuse me, I will start again.
There is no case law on the expense, I'm sorry, there is no...
No, we're not saying that. Yes, we are saying that.
I fear that I cannot continue with this discussions, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question.
Excuse me, I forgot what I was going to...
Now you still look like a bunch of frightened students in front of judges. You look like you're scared of them, basically, and you should actually look like you are agents paid by state to defend them. So please try to get in that role. That's also why we're here today. We're in the theater, so hopefully that will inspire you a little bit. So let's practice this, and you will see it will get better.
May it please the court.
Okay, let's restart. Go back to the chair and do the walk again. Yeah, that walk was terrible. Don't walk like you're walking to your own funeral. That didn't feel natural at all.
Along with my co-counsel...
Okay, let's stop there. The walk was good. Like the walk. Okay, right now you're standing like that, so try to please relax your shoulders and be more natural.
And what do I need to do with my hands? Like this?
It is important to emphasize that the Hylian hyacinth is only being cultivated in these 6 countries.
Let's restart from this concludes our third claim, focusing on not moving your feet.
The Treaty of Bottega is a treaty that is signed...
No, so longer pause, and then the way you say it is not the end of a sentence. You said submission, and you have to go submission.
Mr. Darian Gray is...
Also, make sure you articulate, because sometimes when we say minister, it actually sounds like you're saying Mr. Gray, and it's a woman, so it's unfortunate.
You have to do it again, but now louder.
Louder? Okay. May it please the court.
Okay, so I think this is really getting better now. Just make sure you practice this first and last minute at home in front of a mirror, because it's really the moment where you don't want to hesitate, you want to appear really strong. So make sure that you know all the words and everything you need to say, basically, and then you'll be more confident.
Please be seated. In the case concerning the Hylian hyacinth, the state of Adawa versus the Republic of Rasasa, we now call upon the counsel for the applicant to present their case.
Your Excellencies, states should be building bridges instead of walls. Considering all the work we've put in knowing every little detail of this case, I'm not sure we could have done any better. Hey Sylvie, I got the cake. The wall, Your Excellencies, is a permanent installation on the border between Adawa and Rosassa. Consisted of 100 towers all along that border. Each tower equipped with a monitoring and surveillance unit, and each tower is also equipped with .50 caliber machine guns. The WO is a weaponized autonomous limitation line, which means that it is a fully autonomous weapons system.
Respondent would like to emphasize that Rasasan civilians have been and still are a victim of the Hurricane Makan, which struck the region in 2012. Although I struggled a lot with my fear, during my pleadings confidence conquered, and the whole moot court journey showed me a way to go beyond. This hurricane has caused the rise of armed gangs committing cross-border crime and carrying out international drug trafficking. Furthermore, it disrupted the peaceful lives of Rasasan civilians. This hurricane has also caused the destroying of 60% of the Helian hyacinths, while the Helian industry contributes significantly to the Rasasan economy and society in general.
As to the second point of the third submission, Your Excellencies, the respondent has imposed a tariff of 25% ad valorem on the import of all helium products into Rasasa.
I realize now we were rookies. We needed to learn how to fight with words, and I think that's precisely what we did.
Your Excellencies, in Article 22 of the CHE Treaty, you will find that there is an exception to the rule of Article 3, which states that states can impose measures which are deemed necessary for the protection of their essential security interests. However, Your Excellencies, even though the situation in Rasasa is dire with the criminal gangs in their territories, the imposition of tariffs to resolve this issue can never be deemed necessary.
It was said in the WTO and also by ICSID tribunals that the word necessary within such clauses must be interpreted very broadly. Up until now, I never understood how the whole could be greater than the sum of its parts. And maybe that's what I'm most proud of, being part of a team that has excelled on so many levels. Many ICSID tribunals have considered an economic crisis as an essential security interest, as it must not be underestimated what kind of dramatic results an economic crisis can have on the whole society and also the ability for a government to lead a state.